Hey yo, it's your boy Vigilante Styles, man. I'm about to get in on this fucking beat here I made. Shit is a banger. And we're gonna mix it. So, okay, I know my last video I said I'm doing the MCI console. Well, I was until I learned browerizing. But I don't do it exactly like him, but I follow the concept, you know? So the concept obviously is to mix on your channels on an SSL console. He likes the 9000J. I don't know why I like the 4000G. There's just something about this thing that has a vibe that I really like for hip hop music and well, for all music. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the era I grew up in since I was, came up in the 80s and then, I was a preteen and a teenager through the 90s, so like the G console probably was very prevalent during my developmental years on a lot of the music that I like, and that's probably why I like the vibe of this. Okay, so we're working with the BX console SSL 4000G. Everything's routed into the buses. On the buses, I got a Purple Audio MC77, which is an 1176. Oh yeah, I need to set the release all the way up or to 7. So I have a fast release. I'm just leave everything at 4, whatever. That's gonna be my bus, my drum and bass bus. So that's another thing. Like Michael Brower puts drums and bass on the same bus. Um, then I got Analog Obsession Lala. That's the LA2A. So I have that on. S is for sounds. So basically everything but drums. And then FX is only for like effects stuff. And I have an open bus here for vocals, but obviously there's no vocals, so there's nothing going on there. We're gonna summon to the master bus here, which I already have with the slowest, fastest release, slowest attack ratio of 2. And then we're going to the limiter. I'm also gonna do mastering in the same session though, but I don't do it while I'm mixing. I'm not gonna put that in my chain yet until I'm done mixing. So all right, let's get it going. I think this hip hop beat is raw too, man. This one I made. This shit is just like this shit is like an action movie right here. So anyway, let's get going. Okay, so I don't have effects. I thought I did. So let's get rid of this one. We don't have that bus, so we don't need to have plugins sitting there doing nothing, right? Anyway, let's continue. What a banger. All right, so that's the mix. The mix is done. Now it's time for mastering. So we're going to go parametric EQ2, 20 hertz, 18 kilohertz cut. Don't do anything, just that, right? Now we're going to go to master desk, true peak. And I'm actually going to put a final limiter after it because I want the fruity limiter to kind of, I don't know, when you bring it up to zero, it kind of brightens things a little bit in a good way. So makes everything kind of smacky. See, I noticed that because I had the limiter here just catching peaks, and it was already kind of smacking those drums a little too much. So that's why I wanted to back off on that and then get a new mix balance again on the buses with the sounds and versus the drum and bass bus. Then we go, like I said, I don't want everything going hot into the townhouse bus compressor, so I put a fruity balance, just put it at 12 o'clock, and then Go into the Townhouse bus compressor, gave it a little bit of glue. I'm going for about 1-ish dB of gain reduction, not a lot, because I don't want to take away the dynamics too much. And then now I've gone into the parametric EQ2 with the 20 hertz cut and the 18 kilohertz cut into Master Desk True Peak. We're going to turn on Limiter Turbo. Okay, so that puts a peak at negative 0.2, but I am going to get rid of that peak at 0.2. I'm going to go all the way in with it, all up to 0. But anyway, but before I do that, I'm doing this first. All right, so here we go. Shit is done, son. There you go. That's how we do it. Anyway, that is that's a jam to me, man. You know what inspired me to make a beat like that too was I'm watching like an old Dr. Dre thing, like when he was at fucking when he was like just barely getting on Death Row Records. Like I think during the time like when he was working on the Chronic album, the first one, 1993. And I was like, this kind of give like I don't know, I had that sample of those the pianos and stuff, and I was like, shit, man, that shit goes hard, right? So then I was like, I was inspired to put this beat together because of that. So there's a couple other plugins in my chain, you know, that of course if you have FL Studio, of course you're gonna get Luxverb. I am using that. There's another plugin though, the Model N channel. That was to make this I want this sound, whatever that was on that one, to make it sound more analog. To run it through a 1070 or 1084 line amplifier, and then go into the 2254 compressor, 1084 EQ with a 1970s console flavor. So like the Neve, what was it, 8028? Yeah. Just for that one sound. Yeah, but everything's mixed on the SSL 4000G. You know, my buses, of course, that's like your outboard gear. It's going to my two buses that I'm using right now with an 1176 and then an LA2A. Summed into the master bus compressor, the SSL bus compressor here, and then going to master desk and digital EQ and digital limiter. And the shit sounds pretty fire. So, and it's inspired by Michael Brower. It's not exactly his method, I don't think. I mean, it could be, but I don't think it's like exactly the same compressors he would use or anything. I just picked what I thought sounded cool, but it's the concept of putting compressors on your buses and then parallel. I paralleled them. So like that's why I kind of squashed it a little bit harder, and then I went with parallel mix on the bottom right knob here to bring in the dry signal. And then I did the same thing on the LA2A, the mix knobs in the middle here. So Analog Obsessions version, you know, you can just parallel it right on the plugin. Instead of like having to do any kind of creative routing, you can just simply bring in the dry signal by dialing back on the mix knob. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There is no parallel compression on the bus compressor. Everything's summed through the bus compressor. So I'm not backing off on, I'm not doing any parallel compression there. It's just going right into it. And then that's it. And there's no parallel compression on the channels. So going right into the SSL compressor. So, and now like, you know, in the end, it kind of got rid of all that digital harshness, you know, and now everything's kind of smooth and kind of feels alive, feels natural. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about that. So shit's banging now. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and print this. If you guys like my videos, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you want to see any more, of course, for that reason, do the same. And until we meet again, it's your boy Vigilante Styles. SSL 4000G, buddy. That's the way. That's the way for me, at least. For now. And I'm out. Peace.